Welcome to Home Cinema and Tech Review. In this video, I'm going to explain one of the most important parts of choosing a projector, throwing angles. We talk about a lot of different content in the channel. Throwing angle is the part that you have to know if you want to create a cinema setup or at least create a casual setup for your projector at home or at office, because everybody is asking this projector for this type of use. In this video, I will explain throwing angle. Throwing angle is not the same thing with a throwing ratio. Let's just think about this box as a projector. By the way, in the second part of this video, you're going to see probably link in the description, and in the between the video lines you're going to see the point, so you can skip that part. And I drove it with hand, with much more easy to understand. But in this section, first section, I will visualize and show it to you with the projectors, so you can easily understand the difference between and the potential problems with the 50% or maybe the zero throwing degree angle. So if you have got a projector like this, if you got a 50% angle, let's pretend there's a lens on the middle and your half of the visual will go like this, 50%, half of it go 50% upwards. This might not be a problem, but when you think about it, there's a seat here, right? When I put my projector around here, 50% will go up, no problem, not hitting the seat, but 50% will go low, will hit the seat and every furniture possible. So I need to put 50% throwing ratio projector higher than a 0 degree projector angle. What is 0 degree then? 0 degree, we can call it like this. One is like this, wide open, so you can see the shadow of my hand at the back, right? This is the 50 degree. In the center point, you can imagine a line, and 50 of the image goes up, 50 goes down. But if you have a straight or 0 degree throwing ratio, bottom half is flat, the projector is looking like this. So it will project like this directly and the bottom will be straight. Right now, as I project this image from Optoma UHD 35. So the reason is, if you got a flat bottom and I draw it, you will understand everything visually in the second drawing part. I'm just trying to explain again in this part too. If you got a flat bottom, let's pretend this table, okay, this is a big table, but this is not a big table. But if I put my projector with a 0 degree angle, okay, bottom half is 0 degree, so it will be go along the way without hitting anything. And the up top will be increasing the size of my screen as I go back. But what if I have a 50%? If I have a 50% angle projector, half of the picture will hit the table before it finishes the table. Okay, so that's the main problem of the 50 degree throwing angle projectors. Why I'm telling you this? Because many of the single LED or laser casual home use projectors these days, new models, are 50 degree. Because I guess it's easier or more practical for people, but definitely that angle creates a potential problem where you want to place your projector, because you need to place them higher. So let's just face it. If I didn't have the TV here, if I wanted to create 100-inch image, 100-inch comes around here somewhere, and again, a little bit of longer than my TV unit. So if I have to do that, my projector height need to be like this, with a roughly speaking general use projectors. So if I do this, where will I put this projector? So I need to create a custom stand, I need to use a custom tripod, I need to create this height. And if I want a 120, maybe 130 inch, I will have to putting it even higher. The reason is because the 50% of the image will go low and I don't want to hit the ground level. So for that, I need to put it up top where my head is probably. But that's an interesting placement because I'm sitting like this. So I need to put it on a bookshelf, or again, some sort of a custom holder mounted on a wall, placed on a good space. Of course, you might be thinking yourself, hey, that's not a big problem because you have to do it in the 0-degree angle too. Yes and no. If I mount it on a ceiling, okay, reverse. What this thing will do is 50% up, 50% down. Again, I need to pull it down to create 50% without not hitting the ceiling this time. Because when I hold it like this, if I go back to get a bigger picture, image will hit the ground level easily, more easily and more faster. What if I do the opposite to the ceiling? Again, it will hit the ceiling because 50% is going half the way. But if you got a 0 throwing angle, no problem. Ceiling line will be clear, flat, and it will go directly below to your eye level. So that's the main issue. Let me just explain it by taking the camera. I will take the camera, and here is the room setup right now. Okay, this is the room that you see at the moment. We got a 135-inch image and 65-inch small TV, and look how the viewing experience is different, projector against the TV. So this is Optoma UHD 35. It's a 0-degree throwing angle projector. As you can see, it's a classical bulb projector, and behind it there's a Wambo. That is nothing bad about the 50% throwing angle, but since it's 50%, okay, imagine this. I'm going to hold it like this. If it's a 50%, it needs to go like this, half of the visual, and if it goes, oops, it's already ground level here. So I need to pull it up. What I have to do is, let me just dial this down to make sure that you understand what I'm doing. I need to pull this from a tripod and pull it up. Pull it up like this. So this probably won't be pulling up too much because these things are not extremely light. Again, okay, I created an enough height. So I need to do it like this, okay, for one to another. Look at the difference. Maybe I can solve it like this with a tripod, but if you don't have a tripod, you got a potential problem. I'm not saying this is a problem, but you have to know. But when you put it on a ground level, how are you going to place it? Just think about it. Your projector stand needs to be from this perspective. This is regular. Let me just open up the lights. Make sure it's easier to see. Okay, room lights. This scene, let's think about it. If I put it in this level, calculate like 70 to 80 centimeters of height of the regular table, and then add some 50 or maybe 70 centimeters, you got yourself a 1.2 to 1.5 meter height. That is definitely a tripod height, and that's the potential problem if you use it like the 50-degree throwing angle. In my early videos, you've probably seen some of them. I put another small table top of this one to project the right angle where I want it. One more thing is a potential problem could be, let me just do it like this and show it to you, the logic behind why I'm talking about it. So I'm going to hop over the cables and I'm going to be sitting here. I know this scene might be darker for you, but when I sit here, I can go big with this projector. I can take it here and I can create maybe 5-meter image without getting to my eye level. But with this, I am facing my projector's, let's just face back of it. You might want to check out some other words, unpolite words that comes to my mind, but I'm not telling that. So I'm seeing the back side of my projector, and that is not a good scene to watch. So that might be a potential issue if you want to create an image. But if you don't want to do that, what you can do, you can lower the projector, put it on the ground, you can put some box beneath it and project it, like, again, creating angle with something, but that way you got to skew the image with 4-corner keystone or auto keystone adjustment, but that is digital, that is not optical. So that's why I am referring it's not the best way to go, and it's not the best way to apply the projector height. I'm not saying this is bad, this is casual and I love these projectors, but for placement it's getting more difficult and many of the people are passing this out. It's not about one boo, it's about every single possible LED solution. So I will return the camera here, just make it a block camera so I can clearly see. Wow, that's at least better. So that way you will get a clear idea. So what is behind me then? Again, an interesting scene. I will show you something. I will show you something interesting again. So where you sit is also important. Right now I'm sitting here, okay? You will see all these things in the drawing section. Where I sit, this is my head height. And as you can see right now, this is even not the best height. Even I have a 0-degree throwing angle projector. If I go lower, I will hit these seats. But what potentially problem is, if the visual goes too low, I need to watch like this, lower my head. If goes up like this is not an, again, ideal positioning, but I need to go like this to watch the visual on high. So you need to place the screen in a perfect place, but to do that, it's much more easier with a 0-degree throwing angle in my opinion. But of course, you can solve it. You can create heights, depths, potential places, bookshelves. Everything is possible if you want to solve a potential problem. But in the first hand, maybe you don't want a problem. That's the issue. Casual projectors are there for, like, you place it, use it, and then you take it out and put it on a maybe TV unit or a cabinet, and then take it out, watch a big movie, and then place it on a secure place. So most of the time, it's not an issue for casual projectors like this sort of like small sizes, and I really love them. Enjoy it the bedroom, kids room, maybe outside when traveling, or the summer house, outside the home, in the dark places. They are great, but you have to consider the throwing angle of a potential placement problem or a solution depending on your home setup. I hope this video gave you enough information. In the second part of this video, you're going to find my hand drawings. My drawings are not great, but those drawing sections will explain it much more easily probably than this section of the video. But again, I just want to clarify some things with the real life experiences. So until the 100-inch, probably, the smaller sizes are more practical with the casual projectors, but more bigger you go, like 120 or 135, I think the 0-degree angle projectors are kind of like winners. But let me know what you think at the comment section below. I really love the casual projectors in a different use scenario, and I really love the big projectors and definitely setups like this. Mine, like 3 meter, 4 meter sizes, like over 120-inch sizes. I really love the big picture, even if it's a little higher. It's easier to place for me. And I'm going to probably create another video with my upcoming projector with a lot more zoom. Zoom and throwing angle just makes everything perfectly plannable and usable. So let me know what you think at the comment section below. And don't skip any parts, just watch the drawing part and try to understand why and when to choose 0-degree throwing angle or 50-degree throwing angle. Hope to see you in the next video, home cinema and tech review. And don't forget to sub and like the videos. That'll help the channel a lot. Just say hi. YouTube love people interactions for the videos. And these are like non-sponsored educational videos. I create my own. And if you ask questions, I will create more tutorial for you to understand at least projectors in general, home cinema and tech review. Bye.
Welcome to this section of the video, and I'm going to draw how the throwing angle of a projector affects. And basically, let's just start drawing as fast as we can. So if you have a projector with, let's just say 0-degree angle throwing, so you got a bottom flat and you throw it up like this with the many of the projectors like BenQ, ViewSonic, and over the years we know it. So those projectors tend to be used on tabletops, like for presentation purposes. Okay, think about a table. Let's just draw a 4-leg here. Think this as a table. I will explain this, why I'm talking about tables. So this is an advantageous throwing angle, if you ask me, compared to the single LED or maybe most of the laser projectors. And I'm going to tell you why. Second option is you might be having like a casual lifestyle projector with a 50-50 angle. So your projector image, let's just create an artificial line in the middle. Half of the visual will go up, half of the visual will go down. You might be saying, hey, what's bad about it? What's bad about it when you want to place it on a table or when you want to place it on somewhere potentially difficult in a home use scenario? Let's just dive in. If you get yourself a table, okay, let's consider this is a big table. And you put your projector here. And let's just draw 4 legs to a table. And since this is a presentation, let's just think about it. This is a zero throwing rate angle projector. So bottom is flat, no problem. So image goes like this. So you won't be hitting the table anywhere, and you're going to get yourself a big picture, no problem. But if you have a 50-50 throwing angle, let's just again imagine a tabletop. Put your projector here. Okay, I'm trying to draw a little 3D, I guess. And since this is the lens, let's just think about the 50-50. If I go up like this, no problem. If I go down like this, oh shit, I hit the table. So half of my visual probably won't be reaching the screen because screen probably will be higher than the table. So these single LED projectors are not going to be used on many of the presentations. You might use them with probably or tripod or something, like you put it on a table and underneath a tripod, and then you create the height enough so you can project 50-50 right in the middle. But if you don't have a tripod or your height adjustment or a bookshelf to put it on or a box, let me just tell you, it will look awful if you put it on a box or any kind of like tripod on a presentation like an office or professional office environment for presentation. It won't be looking good. It might be practical, but not looking professional. So what else do you have potential problem? If you think about a seat at home, let's just call this a seating position. Many of the seats have like feet, okay, and the height from the ground around 30 centimeters, roughly speaking. So if you sit on it like let's just draw a person, sit on it, okay, your height probably will be head level 150 centimeters on the ground. I'm just speaking roughly. So you got yourself an eye level. And from that eye level, if you look at the corners, you want to centralize your position and at least look like third of the, I'm not talking about the perfect angle for your eye level, but consider this. Get yourself a screen size and up top third of it will be close to your eye level. If it's go too high, you'll be looking more up, facing up like this and getting your neck back. And that's not what we want. Right in front of the cinema, you put your head back and try to get the screen. You don't want that. So if you want to watch it like a TV, at least your eyes needs to go like this, right? I'm speaking generally. So what you have is you got a projector with a zero throwing ratio angle. If you put it on a ceiling, this is the second scenario. Let's just call it a ceiling top. So bottom half will be flat because we reversed it, and up top will be going low. So that way you get yourself a screen low enough, even if your projector is high. But if you have a 50-50 throwing ratio projector, let's just draw the same thing again, same distance. I'm trying to draw a similar size. So if you got a 50-50, half of the image will go there, half of the image will go there. Look how the visual is close to the ceiling level. and it's not going too much of it down, does it? So that makes it, if you got a 0 throwing angle, this is 0 degree, this is 50 degree, half of it goes up, half of it goes down. So basically you need a distance between ceiling and the projector. So you gotta double that, maybe even more, to get your eye level. But once you do that, let's just call it like 30 centimeter to 50 centimeter might be enough for a 0 degree throwing angle. If you do it with 1 meter, 1.2 meter, you probably will see your projector right in front of your face or your visual, if it's in the way, of course. But otherwise, you have to find a placement. So one more thing, if you are going to place it, let's just draw a couch here, okay? Think of it as a sitting place. You sit here. And if you got a small table, like many of us do at our homes, okay? I'm talking about casual use. If you put your projector here, if it's a casual projector like a 50-50, what happens is half of the visual will go low, half of the visual will go high. But when you sit here with a similar height level, many of the visuals will go low like the ground level. And one more thing, you can maybe do it for 75 to 80 inch, maybe 85 inch level like TV size images. But if you want to achieve 120 inch or 150 inch big cinema experience images, when you take that projector and pull it back to get a bigger picture, you got yourself a second problem. Your screen will increase on the top and on the bottom. And if you have the ground level, you will hit the ground much sooner than the 0 throwing angle projector. Because 0 throwing angle projector, of course, will create it like this. So, I hope this drawings explain the stuff, and in the later section of the video, you will understand rest of the combination. That's why I'm not telling you one is bad or one is good against the other one. But if you're going to go for presentation on a tabletop, 0 degree angle wins. And if you're going to mount it on a ceiling, again, 0 degree angle wins. If you're going to use it casually, you can use it 50-50 single LED or single lens, no zoom projectors. And if you want to go back and forth, if you want to place it on a high, you need a bookshelf, you need a custom stand, you need a tripod, you need any kind of like potential portable stands for these sort of projectors. But with a longer zoom, 0 throwing angle, lens shifting projectors, that's why they are expensive, but every penny worth when you want to use it in an easy and cool looking way. I think one of the reasons many of the people just misses, if you're going to take it from a box or from a, under the couch or inside of a TV unit and take it out as a casual use, casual projectors, lifestyle projectors might win, but otherwise, most of the time, you want to look out for 0 degree. In my opinion, 0 degree wins 8 out of 10. Yeah. So, this section is over.